This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
Well, all right, everybody. It's your boy J McLovin, and to my left or right, depending on how you're looking at the screen, none other than Tony. Could have been Nature Boy Gonzalez. Man, Tony, what a time to be alive. If you guys did catch Gonzo's Sports Room this evening, they had Austin Diamond, otherwise known as the babyface monster, on the show. And if you go back and watch it, you can see Gonzo kicking Marcus out the studio, pushing buttons to bring him back in. What a time to be alive. Tony, how you doing, brother?
Doing good.
Yeah, man. It's been I know you guys had your interviews and shows on today, man. Did you get to catch at all any of the earlier games in baseball?
I watched the Dodger fan, so she was watching the Dodger game, and I was watching Raw. But I went in there, and she called me near the ninth inning when the Dodgers tried to give it away with a bullpen, and Philadelphia about got the job done. I mean, I know you should sacrifice bunt, but I thought it was very poorly executed. Philly should have at least tied that game up, at least. And honestly, I think they should have won it in the ninth. But it is what it is, and I think they're done now. You're going back to LA down 2-0. You got two more games at LA. You're gonna have to win those two to get back to Philadelphia to have a chance. I think it's over. The Dodgers are the best team in baseball at home, so I think it's over.
Yeah, actually, I was on Facebook earlier today, and if you guys happen to see Philly Sports Guy, and he doesn't see my little consolation post or video, if you will, on Facebook, you just let Philly Sports Guy know that J McLovin says hello, and that he's thinking about him. He's in his prayers. You let him know that. You say J McLovin thing, because I feel bad. That's my co-host on another show. I felt so heartbroken when I saw his face. Tony, ESPN always does a close-up of Philly Sports Guy in games, and he just looked heartbroken. It looked like somebody just took away his candy and left him with an empty wallet and no beer. It looked sad. So anyway, our hearts and condolences go out to Philly Sports Guy. You do have one more opportunity. You're on life support, but you get one more opportunity. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, when do they play next? They're going back to so they're going to go to LA now. So that's going to be at least game or day in between. So if today, what is day? So they probably play on Wednesday, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, they'll play at LA, I believe, Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, so they will get another opportunity to go at it. But I got to tell you, man, Mark Snell, that guy is amazing. He really. There's been a knock on him about postseason play, but since he's been with the Dodgers this postseason, both of his games have been lights out, Tony. I mean, he has not faltered at all. His line for tonight, in case you missed it, I'll give you his line real quick. It was 6 innings, 1 hit, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, and that's it. Right now, he's posted a 1.38 ERA in the postseason. That's wild card plus this. So in 2 starts, he's got a 1.38 ERA, Tony. And this Dodgers team was just incredible tonight, honestly, all the way around the horn.
Yeah, they're a good hitting team. They spent a lot of money. They got a solid team. The only weakness is the bullpen, and Philadelphia got to it tonight. They got to that bullpen in the ninth inning and had a good opportunity, but it didn't happen. But yeah, the Dodgers are going to be a tough out. They got a lot of good hitters on that team. You're a good hitting team when you, like the other night, they run Muncy off the bench. Muncy's on the bench, not playing. They bring him in to be a pinch hitter. That tells you how good of a team you got when you got somebody like Muncy on the bench. So,
Max, you're a pinch hitter. You're not hurting for depth.
No, not at all. So, yeah, Dodgers, I think definitely – I'd be shocked if Philadelphia comes back and wins that series. So I think the Dodgers move on, and if the Dodgers move on, they would have – Milwaukee still could have home over them. So if Milwaukee can beat the Cubs in that series, then Milwaukee would have the home field advantage.
Yeah. I'll tell you who's really been lights out for the Dodgers for me, and that was Teoscar Hernandez. He's batting .412 right now. But again, every night he's been putting up critical hits. Again, tonight he had another multi-hit game. I think he went 2 for 4 tonight. And I got to tell you right now, Teoscar Hernandez has really come big time clutch for this Dodgers organization. And if you don't know anything, they picked him up this year. So that was probably one of the best pickups. And guess what, Tony? It didn't cost him $1 billion to go get him either. Probably got him at a relatively cheaper price, but yet he's outperforming the guys that are making billions. What a time to be alive, man.
Well, he killed the Reds, and he's killed the Phillies so far. I mean, right now you could make an argument he's been the MVP of the playoffs.
Yeah,
so far.
Oh, absolutely.
So far.
And I don't know if you caught the very last out of that game, Tony, but Freeman, wow.
Yeah,
I mean, lights out grab. The one he put that one up out of the dirt and got that last out. I mean, that could have very easily been the extension to the inning. Very easily been. And let's not forget when Rojas, matter of fact, when in that one inning where they were putting up the runs to come on they were mounting their comeback, but probably the 8th inning. When what's his face Castellanos slid into third. If you watch that game, that was incredible because they both slid. Rojas and Castellanos both slid to third to see who could get there first. And obviously, Rojas did outbeat him to the bag, and I got the out. But man, what a time to be alive, huh? And I don't know if you caught that one where Betts was going to get the out at second, and he had him tagged, and he would have been out except the ball was on the edge of his glove and it rolled out and rolled out. Did you catch that one? I mean,
yeah.
Wow. I mean, there was some really crazy moments in that game. Honestly, that could have gone either way for that team. But it's only one winner, and LA got it, and they're keeping that streak alive, and they will take it back to LA. I don't know who's pitching on for that game, Tony. I don't know if you caught that or not. I didn't catch it. So I'm gonna pull it up real quick and find out who they got going for, and then we'll go on to the next game. So it looks like it's going to be. So Snell went tonight. So right now it's going to be Yamamoto, and that's an 8:00 start time. I'm assuming that's Central, so it'll be like 9 Eastern, and probably 6. I guess that's at 6 o'clock. On the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. But you got Yamamoto, and they don't have a pitcher assigned to the other team. So I don't know who the Dodgers are going to put up there tonight, or who the Phillies are going to go with. But it will be Yamamoto for the Dodgers. So I don't know, man. It's not looking good. Yamamoto is an amazingly good pitcher. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but Bryce Harper, another one might be slipping away from me. Does Bryce Harper have a World Series ring, Tony? Because I don't think I can remember him having one, unless he got it with the Nationals.
He could have been with the Nationals. I thought the Nationals won it one year, so I'm thinking he may have got one.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not 100% positive if he had one or not. It seems like he went to Philly to get one, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah. He's been with the Phillies for a hot minute, so I almost feel like they have it because he wasn't on the year with when Juan Soto got it with him, was he? Because I know Juan Soto got him when they played against the Astros. I remember watching Juan Soto kick the crap out of the Astros during that World Series, and I don't think he was on that team. But anywho, on to the next game. So we got the Brewers playing the Chicago Cubs right now. The Brewers did get one more added on, Tony. So now it's 4-3. Bottom or top of the fourth, 2 outs, and the Cubs are at bat. So, man, if they lose this one, they're going to be down 2 games to Milwaukee. Tony, I don't think the Cubs have won the game yet, have they?
No, they haven't. Yeah, they'd be in trouble. I mean, they'd be down 2-0, but at least they would be going home. But still, and Chicago's a good. Like Chris said earlier today, they was 50-30 at home this year, so they're a good home team. Just like Milwaukee, but yeah, it'll be rough if you get down 2-0.
Mahomes had a 99-yard pick six. Laugh out loud. Talk about washed. Man, yeah, hey, it's not looking good right now for the Chiefs. It's not looking good at all for the Chiefs. 1 minute they look like they're going to round back into form. Next minute, life is kicking them in the butt. But we'll get to that game here in a minute. But no, it's interesting to me. So the Brewers right now, if they get the win tonight, if they secure the win tonight, that means they'll be 2 over the Cubs. The Dodgers will be 2 over the Phillies. I have not really seen a whole lot. There's been some close games, but there's not the splits there. Right now we're looking at Virgil on 2 sweeps possibly. It seems like the AL side of it is especially with the more so the Seattle series.
Yeah,
Going to be very evenly matched with Detroit. Are you seeing things differently than you imagined to play out so far in the postseason?
well, I'll be honest with you. I originally had picked, if I remember correct, I picked Detroit, and when the season started, I believe I picked Detroit, and I want to say I picked the Dodgers. I picked them to be in the World Series start of the year, and then the Detroit fell. So I thought Seattle. I thought Seattle and the Yankees were going to win these 2 series. Right now, Seattle still got a shot, of course. Now they're going back to Detroit for 2 games. Yankees are in trouble. Not saying they can't. You got to take it a game at a time. Main thing is to win that game tomorrow, and then you have another one at home, and then you have to go back to Toronto. But got to take it a game at a time. That's all you can do. But definitely, it's a big. Toronto's in a big advantage right now. So the only series right now, if Milwaukee wins that series, the only really good series is Detroit and Seattle, and them have been pitching duels. Not a lot of great hitting. It's been really pitching duels. Both teams' pitchers have pitched pretty well. I think they've only give up. One game. Both games have been 3-2. Detroit won 1, and Seattle won the last one 3-2.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's interesting because the Cubs went with Alan Ashby on the mound as their starter tonight. I don't know much about Alan Ashby at all. I got to be honest with you. I don't know much. I know he got rung up pretty good. He only lasted about 3 innings. But I'm wondering, his name is Aaron. His first name is Aaron Ashby. I'm wondering if he's related to Alan Ashby, the old catcher for the Astros back in the late 70s, maybe even in the early 80s.
Now, Ashby was started from Milwaukee, wasn't he?
I thought it was with the Cubs. Did I have that? I guess I do have Milwaukee selected. I apologize.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know much about Alan Ashby at all. But I'm wondering if if his dad is Alan Ashby they used to be the catcher for the Astros. I'm about to do a little research into that one. But either way, I'm sorry. You're right. He is with the Brewers. I apologize. Wow. Okay. Well, good times. Because Imanga went for the Cubs, and he had even worse one than Ashby did. He went 2.2 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, and 3 strikeouts. So, and neither one of the starters did a damn thing for this game. Honestly, this game right here is a full bullpen game on both sides of the ball. So now I guess it's just going to come down to who has the better bullpen and who can put up the runs, because there's only a 1-run differential. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it's 4-3 right now, middle of the 4th. Brewers about to about to be the hitting team. So we'll see where it goes. We'll go into the football game real quick. Let's see here. So we got Jacksonville versus the Chiefs. Wow, I couldn't believe that he gave up a 99-yard pick 6, Tony. That's insane. So score right now is Jacksonville 21, Kansas City 14. I gotta be honest with you, Tony. I know Jacksonville has been playing some good football up until this point, but this is the first. I'm not gonna say that Houston wasn't a test, because Houston was a test. They actually beat Houston. But Houston's been playing the dump for a while now, so I don't know how much of a test that really was for them, but definitely Kansas City and Mahomes is a test. And right now they're up 21-14. Defense for Jacksonville is playing amazing. Did you see this game looking like this, Tony? Because I did not see this game looking like this.
I'm gonna be honest. When I made my prediction today, I did go with Kansas City, But I did say I would not be shocked if Jacksonville beat them, because I said the other day I really like the way Jacksonville's been playing. Do I think Jacksonville has the best roster in the NFL? No. Do I think that coach? I like what he's doing because he's getting the most out of what he has. He's running the football and he's playing defense, and that's what they're trying to do. The quarterback play's been okay at best. I mean, but so far I don't know about this game that much, but the quarterback's been okay at best, but he's winning games with defense and running the football. And yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they won this game. I said that earlier today. So I would. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I was rooting for Kansas City because it helps the Colts if Jacksonville loses.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And Trevor Lawrence has had a rough game, right? I mean, he hasn't performed all that best, right? He's only got 168 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He does have a touchdown on the ground and 44 yards rushing, but he also has a fumble. So he's got 2 turnovers, moderate passing, and moderate rushing, but they're staying in the game. I just kind of tells you a little bit more about, I guess, how bad Kansas City's playing, because it's not like Trevor Lawrence or they're running the ball or pass the ball. They're not putting up any incredible numbers. It's just Kansas City's not doing anything to counteract it.
Yeah.
So that tells me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jacksonville's defense is pretty decent. So yeah. I'm impressed with Jacksonville, what they've done this year. And the other side of that is it don't matter if Jacksonville's good or not. They always give the Colts fits. Even when they're not strong, they beat the Colts. So hopefully that's going to change with Indiana Jones. I said that for Frankie. Hopefully Indiana Jones can change that, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mahomes, his numbers aren't bad. I mean, he's 256, a touch and a pick, obviously. And then he does have 40 yards on the ground. He's also their leading rusher at a touchdown, and Kareem Hunt is right behind him at 39 yards rushing and a touch. So it's not like these guys are putting up crazy yardage. I guess if you take away, the interception, you're still looking at a tied game, right?
But Kansas City's defense is still pretty good. I mean, it's not Kansas City's defense fault that, you give up a pick 6, so Kansas City's defense is still pretty good. If you can hold teams to 14 points offensively, and that's what they held them to. So Jacksonville got a pick 6. You can't complain about defense. If your defense can hold the teams to 20 points or less, you should feel like that you should be able to be in a game. So Jay, something struck me today that here after our show earlier, I was looking at the Colts and the quarterback position right now. They're number 3 in the NFL. Our running back is number 1 in the NFL, and our tight end is number 1 in the NFL overall in ranking so far. So that's crazy how much that offense has improved. Just by and the other thing too is Indiana's all their starters on offense is all people they drafted except for Daniel Jones. All the other 10 starters are people that they drafted on that team. All the offensive linemen, all the receivers, the tight ends, everybody on that starting offense is people that they drafted except for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like I said, they're putting together. I mean, was it Steichen? Is that how you say his last name? I can't never say that guy's name right. Steichen. He obviously came from a good pedigree out there in Philly. So the guy is a good coach. He just hasn't had a quarterback. And now if you have a quarterback that can facilitate your offense, not an elite, but he facilitates perfectly. And that's all he has to do, because you got all the other complementary players around him to really make that team amazing. Troy Aikman wasn't the best quarterback in the world.
No.
But just like Daniel Jones is doing now, he was able to use all those great weapons, and let the weapons do the work, and he just facilitates it. And that's all you have to do. And I think that's finally what you guys have out there in Indianapolis, is you have a stabilizing quarterback that can play in your system and do it well.
Well, see, that was the problem. We was needing a quarterback, and we didn't have one. They went out and paid the money for that one guy for the Falcons. I can't think of his name, but he'd been around for a long time. And the offensive line was supposed to be one of the best offensive lines in the league that year. Yeah, Matt Ryan turned out to be
Yeah.
one of the worst offensive lines in the league because they couldn't protect Ryan. Ryan didn't have a prayer. I mean, didn't have a prayer.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was dead. So that didn't work, and then they tried something else that didn't work. So then they wanted a quarterback, and they went with Richardson because they felt like he was the best available, even though he was a project. I thought it was a mistake at the time. I would have moved back and took a different quarterback, or I would have waited to the next year. I know why they didn't want to go out and get another veteran because it hadn't worked. It just hadn't
Yeah.
worked. So
Yeah.
they felt like they had no choice but to go after this young guy. And and I'll be honest with you, when he came in that game yesterday in the fourth quarter, he looked the same to me. He didn't look any different. Didn't look any more confident. Of course, he's been on the bench, and I understand that he's been playing a lot, but
Right.
he didn't look any different to me. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at some point they're going to have to make a concrete decision on that, and we'll see. They seem to think that they can still develop him. Sometimes you try and you try and you try, but at some point they're going to have to definitely make a decision on him. In the meantime, though, you do have a quarterback that's running your system, and as long as he stays healthy and doesn't get hurt, you guys have a really good shot at putting up some interesting work, especially when you get more into the season. So I'm curious to see where this Colts team goes. You guys are definitely looking well, and Kansas City did finally get a score. It's now 21-21. Let's see who got that last score. I'm gonna come back and see who got that score. Looks like it was Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt had a 5-yard rush and got in there. So it is 21-21. And oh my gosh, they just hit the Brewers just hit a home run, Tony. You got a 3-run homer. So now it's 7-3. So yeah. Wow. Okay. Chicago, figure your stuff out because it's not looking good.
Well, that's the thing about Milwaukee, Jay, is that they went on, I think it was 2 or 3 times this year that they went on 12-game winning streaks. 3 times this year where they won 12 in a row. They get on one of these streaks in the playoffs, it's going to be over.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you let these dudes catch fire or let them catch that momentum because, Milwaukee, they've been out for a little bit. This is their first series in over a week. So, you can see them that they're coming back into the groove after a week being off. Yeah, it's going to get real nasty in the playoffs.
I think they were really confident. I think they felt like this is the most confident Milwaukee's been coming into a playoff. I think they felt really good about this team this year, and they're really confident. And
it shows. It shows. Real quick, Travis Hunter. I want to talk about Travis Hunter just for a second. Travis Hunter, Dion has complained a lot about the fact that he feels like Jacksonville is not using Travis Hunter in the right way. He feels he's not getting enough offensive reps. And to his point, I get it. He's gotten 2 catches so far this evening for right at about 50 plus yards, and he's had 2 tackles, a pass deflection. So I mean, he's been involved, but not to the way I think that Dion wants to see him play. Do you think that's an issue for Jacksonville? Let me not say that. Do you think it could become an issue if they don't start using Travis more in there?
I think Dion needs to worry about himself. That's my opinion.
I agree.
But don't get me wrong. I think the kid played very well against not great competition, being able to play both positions. The NFL is a different animal. I think that's going to be a lot tougher to do. I wish they would concentrate on one thing first. Okay, say, hey man, you're a wide receiver first. We're gonna play wide receiver. We're gonna get you ready to be top notch 1 or 2 wide receiver. Then once he gets to that point, then say, hey, now we're going to start playing you a little bit on defense to help us out on certain packages and play. I think he would be wise to use him that way. That's just my opinion. And I'm not saying the kid's not talented. I think he's very talented. Again, he played at Colorado where they didn't play the competition that a lot of other teams play. But I think he's a talented kid. And I hope Dion's okay. I did hear that they feel like that. I seen a press conference of his this weekend that they feel like blood clots are coming back on him. So prayers out to him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's okay. Maybe he shouldn't be coaching. And I'm not saying that because I don't want to coach. I'm saying that because of his health.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And he's had issues, obviously, right? I mean, he's had toes amputated. I don't know if it's the same leg. It sounds like it's the same leg. But he's had toes amputated. He's had off and on issues with his legs and blood clots and this, that, and the other. I got to imagine at some point, and I hope not. I don't want to even say it because I'm hoping this doesn't happen for him. But there's definitely looking, blood clots, Tony. You know how that stuff is, man.
Definitely.
You get one blood clot that comes out there or gets dislodged, and if you don't get it in time,
yeah, Jay. One of the founders of Gonzo Sports Rooms, Eric, who founded this with Chris, he was working and was feeling bad and went to the doctor and they said it was blood clots and I mean they knew it. They started working on him, but an hour later he was dead. I mean,
Yeah.
it was that quick,
Yeah.
And so it's not something to mess with. That's and he was and Eric was young. Eric, Chris's age, that was 2 or 3 years ago. So Bob was probably around, 41, 42 years old.
Tony, I tell you, between aneurysms and blood clots and fat clots, those are the silent ones that get you, man. And it doesn't matter what age you are. I mean, I've seen that kind of stuff happen even I had a fat clot. They called it a fat ambuli, but basically it's a fat clot, and it came off my leg when I was in a car accident, and they actually put steroids, cortisone steroids, I think is what they used, and they shot it in my neck. And it kept it from getting in my brain. And luckily I survived. But you don't know what's gonna happen. And these deep vein thrombosis that Wembenyama went through. And I think also, if I'm not mistaken, I think Damian Lillard went through it as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think he also there was one other one in. I'm pretty sure it was Damian, but these deep vein thrombosis, those are nothing more than blood clots. And if you like you said, if you're not careful, once it gets dislodged and it gets into your bloodstream, if they don't get it with steroids or get it quick, I mean, you're right. It's done. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just a fact.
Yeah, it's what my father passed away from was aneurysm, brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you just never know, Tony. I mean, you can't. It's not like something you can see.
No, it was something that happened, and he was home with my mom, and he blacked out, and she said he didn't want to call an ambulance, so she called me. And I said, I'm calling the ambulance and I'll be right there. So I called the ambulance.
Yeah.
And then on the way, I called my brothers. And on the way, we got there. The ambulance, me and the ambulance got there at the same time. And and my dad seemed fine. And they said he seemed fine. And my brothers got there. He didn't want to go to the hospital. We said, you're going to the hospital. You're going to get checked out. And so he didn't want to go in the ambulance. So me and my brothers drove him out there. And he got back to the emergency room and he started getting violently sick. And then they realized he had something, with the brain bleed or aneurysm. And Ball Hospital wasn't equipped to take care of him, so they was going to fly him to Indianapolis. Unfortunately, they was getting ready to leave, and Indianapolis was having storms, and they said he wouldn't be able to land. So they had to take him in the ambulance. And as soon as he got in there, and they got him in there, was getting ready to take him back to surgery, he had another bad episode, and he lived, but he wasn't right after that. And I lived about another 6 months, but never was. And I hated it because he never wanted to live that way. He didn't want to live where he was in a nursing home.
No, I don't think anybody wants to live that way.
We knew he didn't want to, but we didn't have a choice, and you couldn't find a good nursing home because he had a trach. So now the good nursing home wanted to take him because that's a lot of medical, and he was too sick really to be. The hospital said he was too well to be in the hospital, and the nursing home said he was too sick to have been there, but he had to be somewhere. So
too well to be in the hospital, but yet, obviously some conspiracy going on with him. I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
It was crazy, and he was just about a year from retirement. So it sucked. He never got to retire. So
God, that does suck. That's what everybody works for is retirement.
Yes. Yeah, he was about a year away.
Yeah. So yeah, so that is the wrap. I don't know if there was anything else. I know we talked. What said there was something else I wanted to talk about, Chris? Do you remember? I don't know why I call you Chris so damn much, man. I swear.
All
I'm
right,
about
what's
to
up,
have
Tony?
y'all wear. I'm about to have y'all wear name tag. At some point, I'm gonna start blending your names together. It's gonna be like Chris or Chris O. Or I don't know. My mom. That was a bad thing. My mother did the same thing when I was growing up. She would take my mother and she would take my name and my sister's name and she would combine them when she would get angry. It would be Tayson or Jatera or so I kind of do the same thing. Yeah, I got it's an old curse.
I call my grandkids, but I'll mean my grandson Landon, but I'll call him Ronan, or I'll call Ronan Landon, or I'll call one of them Austin. I mess up my grandkids all the time.
Oh man, well, see, so we can relate. So when I call you Chris, or if I call Chris Tony, you understand what's going on.
Well, I'm a lot older than you. I'm a lot closer to being senile than you are.
Oh yeah, no, you still got me by a little bit. You
Yeah,
still got me by a little bit. Let's go real quick. Let's just briefly go over the Sanchez thing, and then the Gannon topic, and then we'll get out of here for tonight.
Okay.
Mark Sanchez, geez Louise, man. Look, Tony, they said the man was drunk. I've gotten drunk in my life. God knows Jay had gotten drunk. Jay had been blacked out. Jay been all kinds of sideways. But you know what I've never done, Tony? I've never jumped into a man's car.
Well, it was a box truck, Jay. It was a
Box
box
truck, big truck. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was a box truck and it was in a freaking loading dock.
He wouldn't leave that guy alone. The guy tried to get away from him, asked him to stop, and he wouldn't quit. And then they end up in the alley. And then I didn't see the video of the altercation. I seen the video of Sanchez walking back to his hotel, and it shows him. The man was injured. I mean, he was in critical condition with his chest, and it shows that. I seen the video of that, and he looked bad. And then he looked drunk, but again, if you're injured, if you've been stabbed in the chest, you might be stumbling around too. But I seen that the family is suing, and not only that, they're suing him. They're going to, for damages and all this stuff, but they're suing the network too. And I was a little surprised about that. But then after I got thinking, what they got to lose? I mean, I'm sure an attorney told them. So we're going to sue Fox or CBS, whatever the network you work for. We're going to sue them too.
Oh yeah.
So,
by the way, Chris, me and Tony have come to the resolution that you're not allowed to touch buttons because you keep kicking people out. So you're allowed to give your analyst appointments. You just can't touch any buttons. No trying to zoom in, no nothing. You just look pretty in your coat hat.
He watched the show earlier today when Gonzo's and you hit the button.
I said, Chris ain't allowed to touch no buttons.
Did you get to see the promos?
No, because by the time I got back from the wife, I caught the tail end of your show. So I just caught the tail end of it.
Yeah, the promos were outstanding.
No, it sounded really cool. Diamond Austin. I didn't realize his dad was a wrestler. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, his dad was on the show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and his dad had worked a lot with Ric Flair and got to work with a lot of people. He got to work with a lot of big stars, and spent quite a bit of time with Ric Flair. So that was pretty cool.
That is really free. I love to spend some time with Ric Flair. That's got to be a hell of a good time. I know you ain't having a bad time hanging out with Ric Flair.
Oh no,
you're not having a bad time.
It may be a crazy time. May get the law called on you. May end up in jail.
I'll be posting all those getting ready to post all them promos here in a second on our page, and then the poll.
Yeah, people can vote, and we'll get a winner for this week, and then we're going to do another 4 next week, and then the 2 winners will take to see who's going to be the champion. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun, and we got some really good promos, all very different, all from different perspectives. And like I said, Gonzo's sports room, wrestling room, we were the topic. So it did it on us, and everybody took a kind of a different. We told them they could do however they wanted to do it. You can be a heel, you can be a good guy, you can do it any way you want to do it, whatever you think's going to work best for you. And every single guy had a very different take. So I thought it was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, so make sure you guys are tuning in to Gonzo Sports Room. Like I said, they have some really good content. These guys are working hard over there, and they're doing a good job. Chris, Mark Sanchez, alleyway, drunk, diving into people's cars. What are we doing, man? The dude diving into a box truck in a loading dock. How much better does it get than that?
He's lucky he's not dead.
Yeah.
I mean, not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Seriously, he
No,
is lucky.
seriously.
I mean, and then it's going to cost him a lot of money because he's going to get sued for sure.
Gonna lose a job.
He
Gonna be a long
probably,
time.
he probably won't do no jail time. He'll get that plea down to misdemeanor, and I don't think he's never been in no kind of trouble or anything that I know of. So I figure he'll get that plea down to misdemeanor, probably be on probation and pay some fines. And he'll have to be, and he's gonna be paying all kinds of money to this dude.
Oh yeah, you better well believe I'd have my lawyers down there too.
Hey, Jay,
I mean, it's the fact that he chased him. The guy's like, dude, stop. And he just kept coming after him.
Yeah, he
Like,
was.
Yeah.
I want to ask Chris a baseball question real quick. Did you watch the Dodger game?
No, I ain't watched no baseball today.
Okay. So you didn't see the play then, because the Dodgers, well, the Phillies had runners at first and third. I think at the time there was no outs, I believe, and they decided they were going to bunt. Well, he bunts, and the guy comes home. Castellanos tries to come home, and he was out by a mile. But shouldn't you bunt to the first base side, not the third base side? And it wasn't a very good bunt. That was the big problem. The guy fielded it easy. They had him by 10 feet.
You said runners on first and third?
Yeah.
So you said there was runners on first and third?
I'm pretty sure it's first and third with I think no outs.
I mean, really, it really don't matter which side you bunt down, as long as you just don't really want to bunt. You just don't want to bunt it straight to the pitcher, but you just don't want to bunt it hard enough where they can charge it and throw it home.
Yeah, third baseman got there quick, and he was
on
out.
That, you actually would want to be more either like toward the second baseman or almost toward the shortstop, like in between third base and the pitcher mound, or the pitcher mound and first base, where the first baseman or third baseman has to go in toward the mound to go get the ball, because then it makes a harder angle for him to throw it at home than if it's straight down the line toward him.
I was telling him, I think it also depends too, Lee, on how they're lined up defensively. You know, that kind of will tell you a little bit which way you want to bunt as well. Because if they're not playing you, if the third baseman is not playing you up close, it might be beneficial to go third base side.
I don't know. I mean, also, if I was in first and third with no outs, why not just hit away?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that makes sense to me too.
Even if you hit a double play ball, the guy at third, I mean, they probably were playing in, I assume. But why not?
I'm in the way because a fly ball to outfield gets that run in anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd be swinging away as well.
And a double play is going to score that run anyway.
Yeah.
So
I want to make
even if the worst scenario you hit into a double play, you're still going to get that run. You're still going to get at least one run in. So yeah, I'm not bunting now with maybe one out. I might one or two outs. I might think about bunting, but I'm not bunting with no out.
I could have been wrong. Maybe there was one out, but it was a bad
one out. Still, a fly ball can get that run in.
Yeah.
I think I'd be more apt to bunt with two outs than I would for anything.
And the other issue is Castellanos is not real fast.
Only reason I might bunt with one out is because you do have to worry about a double play then. But yeah, with no outs, I'm not bunting.
Yeah.
Well, like this football game gonna come down to the wire.
They had one, Chris, where Castellanos was going from second to third, and Rojas had got the ball, and so Rojas was a third baseman, so he was running towards third. Castellanos is running to third. They both dived for the bag, and Rojas beat him by like an inch, and his glove hit the bag. an inch before the other guy did. But I mean, it was pretty cool. I was like, that's pretty dope. I mean, that's how you know you're right there at the end, But yeah, it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I said I thought the Chiefs would win by 3 because I thought the Chiefs would win, and the Jags, but I thought the Jags would cover the spread. But the Jags might end up winning this game. That pick 6.
So what do you think about that? Now that the Jags have beat the Chiefs, are Chiefs just not good right now, or the Jags actually playing, just developing and getting better?
Well, it looks like Kansas City just got the ball down to about if he stepped out to about the 4-yard line, so they're about ready to score a touchdown, possibly, or at the very least a field goal to tie. I don't know how far the guys are ahead of him or not.
I think the Chiefs are still a pretty good team. They just, I think, and they'll be even better when they get everybody back. But I think Chiefs are still good. I think Jacksonville's a pretty good team. Jacksonville, with this Cohen has them playing good ball. They're running the ball, and they're not asking Trevor Lawrence to try to do it all. I think all these other coaches and coordinators they kind of didn't build a team around Trevor Lawrence. It was like we're going to live off Trevor Lawrence's back, and now it seems like Lawrence, all he has to really do is just kind of manage the game, run the system, and you see, especially the last couple of games, he's starting to look a little more comfortable in it as well. So yeah, Jacksonville's not a bad team.
His job is not to lose the game. His job is just to play decent and not to lose the game, and just try to rely on your defense and you're running the football.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to. Yeah, Chiefs just scored, so they did. They got them. So now I guess. So now it's 28-24.
Yeah, but there's still time.
Oh yeah, they got a minute 48
and all their timeouts.
But I will say this: Cohen has definitely made a big impact on that Jacksonville Jaguar team, like Tony was talking about earlier. I feel like he's definitely got them going in the right direction from what they were putting out of the field.
Well, one thing they seem to fix their offensive line. That was their big problem last year. Was their offensive line was terrible. They couldn't run the ball and they couldn't protect Lawrence at all. They seem to fix that offensive line. I'm not saying it's great, but it's a lot better than it was last year, and that's why they're having more. One of the big reasons they're having more success is Lawrence has time to try to process shit. Not as soon as his back foot hits the ground, he's getting murdered.
Yeah, I forget what game it was.
So who won, Dodgers or Phillies?
Yeah. Dodgers won that one.
Yeah, they hung on to the 9. It was up 4-0 or 4-1, and they came back and Philadelphia had no outs. It was 4-3. I thought they had a good opportunity. Was going to score, but they didn't get the other run in. Of course, the Dodgers bullpen not very good again. Got in that 9th, and they struggled.
Yeah.
Chris, did you get a chance to see? So I was talking with Tony earlier, where Gannon, the head coach for the Cardinals, went over to the sideline to DeMarcado when DeMarcado fumbled that ball and got all up into his shit. It was basically like, it wasn't really a punch, but it was a hard shove that he put on his player and then walked onto the side. And, he called it the next day and apologized, said he didn't mean to do that, this, that, and the other, which is great. But, man, what do you think about that?
I didn't see it, but Pat McAfee was talking about it on his show today. They talked about it on his show a little bit today. But, yeah, I didn't see it. But, no, I don't see a problem with that. He bumped the guy in the chest a little bit. Hey, you do something stupid like that. Hey, like Peyton Manning said, a guy had done something stupid in this game. He goes, what happened to old school when a coach would just take a guy off the field and put him on the bench?
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with it. Last Sunday, I wanted fucking Adion Mitchell cut off the Colts team. I wanted that motherfucker cut. He cost us 14 points. I wanted them off the team.
That's his dog. Chris never want
Yeah.
to see him. Never want to see him again.
that's almost like what he did.
I didn't
Like,
want
he
him
kinda
on
just-
our flight.
he
I wanted
kinda-
to send him home on a separate plane. He didn't even be on the team.
Chris will leave him stranded. You ain't getting on the plane, motherfucker. Find your own way home.
I'm telling you, we'd be undefeated right now if he just held on to the damn football.
And that poses the question, because that really is what it is. The Avion Mitchell, DeMarcado, they both did the same thing at the goal line, right? They both kind of toss the ball, trying to showboat as they're going into the end zone. Do you think that the NFL players are putting too much emphasis on showboating and not enough on just doing the damn job?
I have no problem with showboating. Just wait till you run all the way out of the damn end zone, and then you can showboat all you want. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor done it last year, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you, and like it was a difference between us making the playoffs and not. The Denver Broncos made the playoffs instead of us because of that.
Yeah.
And
that's my point, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with showboating. Just do your job and get across the line and wait for the referee to do what you want, right?
But I'll give Jonathan Taylor this. He was the first person over there to go talk to Mitchell when that happened. Jonathan Taylor was straight over there. Like you tell, talking to him like, "Hey, keep your head up." Like he was trying to. But yeah, Jonathan. It cost us the playoffs last year. There ain't no two ways about it.
And that Mitchell's got talent.
Yeah, he has talent. He just seems to always do something stupid.
And Jay, but another thing is we're down one of our starting receivers right now, and still playing really well.
And down some cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you guys got a great team, and one of these days maybe you'll be a Super Bowl quality team, but you're not there yet.
We're working on
but you're definitely, I tell you, I really have gotten. I was telling Tony this, Chris. I've got a lot more respect for the Colts now, though. I really have a lot more respect for them.
Tell you this, I ain't watched a team play in the NFL this year that the Colts aren't capable of beating.
I would agree with that. I agree with that.
We're capable of beating anybody. I really believe that. I'm not saying I'm a Colts fan. I really believe that. I think the Rams are one of the better teams in the NFC, and we're right there. I mean, Denver's a good team, and we were that game was I could have went either way. So, like I said, we're wherever we need to be. We just need to stay healthy and be playing good at the right time.
There's not really a standout team in the NFL right now. I mean, you go look at it. There's nobody that I would. There's nobody. I mean, I guess people would say, okay, I'm gonna pick Philadelphia because they've won 18 out of their last 20 games or 21 games, and they won Super Bowl last year. I understand that. But there's nobody that's really standing out. I mean, look, Rams beat the Colts. It was a good game. Rams turn around and lose to San Francisco, and half San Francisco's team's hurt. So, I mean, what's San Francisco going to be if they get everybody back?
Yeah.
I mean, they go.
That's the thing, too, right? I mean, who was it that just did well that came back from injury? Shoot.
If you look at it, two of the teams that have looked the best out of the whole league have been the 49ers have looked pretty good, and the Colts have looked as good as anybody. If you look at all their games that they played, when they play weak teams, they've been putting it on them. They're not letting them hang around with them. Like
Jacksonville's already down to the 9-yard line.
Yep.
It was Buffalo. That's the only team right now that's kind of separated right now, only because they're undefeated, right? But even they kind of
Buffalo is undefeated. Buffalo got beat by the Patriots last night.
Oh, did Buffalo get beat?
By New England.
That's right. Dad, I just forgot about that. My bad. I apologize. I forgot about the New England game. Damn, that's right. That's right. Man, you're right. There really is nobody at this point.
And I'm not taking anything away from New England. Buffalo didn't play well. But that was,
no, they got beat. No, New England beat them fair and square. They beat them. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, and I told you, Chris, I said, I like what San Diego was doing over there, but injuries always kill them. And I swear, man, that running back position for the Chargers is in the toilet, Chris. They just lost to Marion Hampton.
But what's killing them right the last two games isn't that though. What killed them the last two games not having Joe Alt.
Well, I agree.
Not having their left
But
tackle.
now they don't have Amari and Hampton, so now they basically have no run game now.
Yeah, but I mean, what's cost them the last two? Yeah, that's going to hurt them down the road now. But
Yeah,
it really hurt them not having Joe Alt because their offensive line don't look the same at all.
Oh no, I agree. And that's what we've been saying, even about going back to Cincinnati. You got great Ferraris, but you got no offensive line. So yeah, just like in San Diego, if you lose your offensive line, yeah, you're going to go down by the way. It's no different than losing your damn quarterback. So yeah, again, that's the only thing that I always have reservations with San Diego. Or I call it San Diego, LA Rams or Chargers. Jesus. I'm gonna get it right eventually. That's what I remember. And I said this at the beginning of the season when I was talking about the Chargers, Chris. I said the only thing that makes me nervous about picking them would be the injury bug, and it just seems like that team can never get past the injury bug.
It sucks. It sucks that the Colts lost their kicker because that dude's been good for us. I liked him a lot. That rookie.
I was still worried about his distance, how far he was going to be able to kick, but I mean. He'd been doing well, though.
Wow, 30 seconds left in the game. 28-24, Kansas City, and there's a flag.
There's quite a few kickers out there.
Yeah, they'll be able to get somebody, but I think this guy's going to – and I think he'll still be good for us once he gets back. But
yeah,
he
oh, wow.
Dude I
don't know if y'all just watched this last play, but, oh, boy – He was going there and he had him like all wrapped up, not even looking. Are y'all watching that play by chance? On the Kansas City game? Like he had him wrapped up, Chris, at like what the hell? Like I guess he's trying to get him from getting the ball in the end zone because he was wide open.
Ooh, that's a penalty.
On Lawrence.
Yeah, that's a penalty.
He picks it up. If he gets in the end zone, what the? Get out of here!
That's a penalty, man.
Get out of here. Wow. There's a flag on the play, though. But if Jackson, if that goes against Kansas City, that's a hell of a good play. But I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's got to be against them. Against Kansas City. Yeah, that was pass interference.
Yeah, holding on the Chiefs. Penalty decline. Wow. Wow. This game just got crazy interesting. I'm gonna put some mad respect on Lawrence because that play was busted right from the get, and the fact that he was still able to get that ball off the ground and scramble to the end zone, that's incredible. That is incredible. Yeah.
Oh, he fell down.
Oh, you must be behind me.
He scored.
Yeah, you're behind me. Yeah. Is that crazy or what? Right?
I can't believe he fucking fell down. What was the Kansas City?
He was laying on the ground. And he just gets up, picks the ball back up, and runs to the end zone. He fell twice. He got up and he fell back down, and he still got back up.
Wow. And that game's in Jacksonville, and there's more fucking Kansas City fans there than Jacksonville fans.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I mean, hey, I'm gonna tip my hat to Trevor Lawrence. All right, killer.
Hey, this game ain't over yet, though. There's still 23 seconds, and Chiefs have 3 timeouts. They could get a field goal. They could get a
field goal. Yeah.
Could you imagine if this game ended on a walk-off return? That would be absolutely insane.
I'm watching the Manning cast. I like watching the Manning cast. Listen to Peyton and Eli talk.
Oh, when the game's going.
Yeah, that's what I watched on ESPN too.
That's a hell of a job by a quarterback to get up and to make that run. Broke a tackle.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, that was a hell of a good run. I just don't know how he had time. I mean, that must have been some of the best damn offensive line blocking I ever saw to have that much time. He didn't fall one time, he fell twice. He tried to get up and he fell back down and then got up.
Yeah,
Like,
like, where's
you know what I'm saying?
people?
Like, how much time? That's crazy. Wow, I'd be pissed off too if I was Chiefs.
Well, like Chris said, there were 23 seconds and 3 timeouts. This game ain't over. They can get in field goal range.
Yeah.
And we've seen them do it against the Bills in what, like 13 seconds, 14 seconds in the playoffs a few years ago.
Wow, they say marked him. It looks like about the 17. Bucker. What is Bucker's range? Is he a 60 plus or is he less than 60?
I think he can do 60. I think he can do 60 if I remember right.
Yeah,
60
I think he can.
Right. He has a pretty good leg.
Murray almost came away with an interception. Wow. I mean, 9 seconds left. I'm not saying they can't win it, but I tell you, man, if Jacksonville pulls this one out, I'm gonna put some mad respect on Jacksonville. I just didn't see them being this good. I don't. Chris Gonzo. Did y'all see Tony? Did y'all see this guy looking this good coming into the season?
No, I'm not coming in. But then, like I said, after I watched them play a couple games, I really like the way they were playing, the way they were running, and their defense. Now their defense have given up a lot of yards this game to Kansas City, but Kansas City's a pretty good offense. Not as strong.
Y'all are definitely in control of the division right now, but this Jacksonville team, man, you can't sleep on this Jacksonville team.
Oh no, and Jacksonville always plays coach tough. That's what I told you earlier. I mean, I was kind of rooting for Kansas City to win this game because I wanted Jacksonville to have another loss.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, literally have probably enough time for this one last play with 7 seconds. Everything's on the line, Patrick.
Sweet you.
Here we go. That's it. That's game. Yeah. Oh, 2 seconds with a timeout. Man, you're either going to do a Hail Mary or you're going to try for the longest field goal ever. What are you doing, Tony? Chris? Are we Hail Mary it? Or are we going for a field goal and saying hell with it?
Well, where are they at on the 2 seconds?
They're probably like about the 35. Maybe close to the 40-yard line.
They ain't gonna make no 80-yard field goal.
That's right. So it all comes down to a Hail Mary with a hook and ladder twist.
Now, if I had that Dallas kicker, I might try it.
Aubrey hit a 70-yarder.
Yeah.
They gave him 1 extra second. So you got 3 seconds left. Ain't nothing you can do but a Hail Mary.
That's about it.
Eagles are not Eagles. Jacksonville's in some kind of crazy prevent defense from hell.
Yeah, that's a 30. Hell, that'd be an 87-yard field goal.
Man, of course they're going to call it. Oh, they got a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be on Kansas City.
Damn, Peyton and Eli ain't doing no games for a couple of weeks before they're doing another Monday night game.
They must either vacationing or doing commercials.
I think the next 2 weeks are going to be 2 games again.
Oh, that's why. That's why. They don't do them on the Mondays that there's 2 games. That's why they're not doing it again until the 27th.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 games next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, it is official. Kansas City does take the loss, and Sunshine and the Jaguars and Duval seem to take another good win out of today.
It'll be 4-1, same as the record as the Colts.
Wow. This is not how I saw this division starting out. I thought Houston was going to be a lot more dominant. I thought you guys would be in second, Jackson would be third, whatever, Panthers, whatever. That is not the case. That is not the case. Clearly, Colts are owning this division, and Jacksonville is giving them hey, don't forget about me because I'm on your doorstep.
Jacksonville, well, the South's supposed to be one of the worst divisions. Right now, it's one of the better ones.
It ain't looking too bad right now. It's not looking bad right now. Again, like I said, I did not see this. I did not see this as starting out this way at all.
All right, guys, let's get out of here.
All right. Hey, it's your boy Jay McLovin along with Gonzo and Tony. Hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's show. Until next time, see ya.